Hello, YouTube. Yes, I know it's been a few days. The weather has not been too kind lately, so couldn't really do any type of walking and vlogging. So couldn't really do anything because of the weather. Yeah, we got like a thunderstorm rain warning, and it was raining roughly. And of course, Sunday was Mother's Day. So happy late Mother's Day to all of you mothers out there, whether you're biological mothers, stepmothers, foster mothers, same sex, domestic partner, mothers, all the mothers out there. I hope you all had happy Mother's Day. Every day should be Mother's Day. I think, we shouldn't have a holiday just dedicated to mothers. We should have holidays every day for mothers. They wow, mothers just, they're mothers, man. Mothers will love you regardless. They'll love you unconditionally. They're there for you through thick and thin, through everything. And mothers is not just blood. Mothers is not just a woman that brought you into this world. Mothers are also the women that, decided to pick you up and raise you as their own when your biological mother couldn't. Mothers is mother is a mother. So happy Mother's Day to all of the women out there. Every day is Mother's Day, so it wasn't just yesterday. Mothers is a job that gets unappreciated a lot. So happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. But yeah, yesterday was Mother's Day. Went out with the family. Celebrated my mother. Obviously, it was great. Went out to a restaurant in Center City, had a good time, had some laughs, enjoyed ourselves, good times. Obviously, when I got home, worked on my Dash Tune comic, written a new episode for it, so hopefully that could get done soon. I have about 3 episodes published on Dash Tune, so yeah, the balls are rolling on that court. Working on my novel. So yeah, I mean, it's slowly getting there. Yeah, the lady for that AI job that I took, she still hasn't paid me. So yeah, still hasn't paid me. So at this point, either she completely forgot, or you know, it's just gone. It's just gone. I'm not even gonna worry about it. But yeah, want to give you updates of that one. So today I'll probably be focusing on uh Metabeta Gaming. Didn't do an episode yesterday due to Mother's Day, so gotta do a quick update on that one. Gotta update my texture packages. Yes, I've been doing texture packages for Ungames, so gotta update my Patreon for that one. Finally figured out more or less what's are the issues with PCSX2 and how they handle texture compressions and stuff like that. So figured that out. So now things should be loading fine for the most part. I tested God of War. I tested Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry gave me some issues, but it's still functional for the most part. So yeah. So working on it. Working on it. But yeah, I mean, it's like so crazy. Like being a content creator, writing my novels, trying to, come up with projects, stuff like that. It's so time consuming um, that it honestly eats up most of your day. Like you honestly don't really have time to enjoy much. Uh, so yeah, I mean, it is crazy. It is honestly crazy because, you want to turn what you love into a career. You want to do this as a career, and it's probably one of the biggest struggles there is, honestly, because it's so easy. It's so easy to just have a 9 to 5 job, but it's so difficult to like want to take your career and your life into your own hands. You know, that's like probably one of the scariest things to do, is embrace your dreams and move forward with them, because it's like you're gonna get so much roadblocks and so little support from your friends and family, because of the fact it's not something that they see as a guaranteed moneymaker. So they're going to be very hesitant to support you on that one, because of the fact that it's like they don't see it as a financial stable way, and that's a lot of things when it comes to art, in terms of making your art into a career, whether it's literal artistic art, drawings and paintings, stuff like that, or whether it's art in other sense, writing novels and making films and writing scripts and that form of artistic expression. So yeah, it's a very hard goal, but it's something that I really want to do this late in my life. I wouldn't call 36 years old late, but it is late. But it is what it is. Had a great road so far with it. Made 2 indie feature films, made short films, YouTube stuff, written things for other people. So yeah, it's honestly great. And when I go to conventions, it's like seeing other artists there and actually getting to talk with them about the arts and about their creative process and stuff like that. It's honestly like probably one of the main reasons why I go to Comic-Con. 1, for the awesome cosplays. 2, for great panels, because they do have great panels and they're free. And 3, it's just talking with the local artist and really getting to know them, and reading some great indie stuff that's not mainstream. I feel like mainstream stuff has gotten so stale. Like honestly, like mainstream comics, mainstream movies, mainstream TV shows, at least here in America. Because I don't want to say mainstream everywhere else, because mainstream in different countries could be different things. What's mainstream here might be underground in some other countries. So it's like I want to like specifically say like mainstream here has been kind of stale for me. This is why, like, if you look at like my Netflix watch list, my Amazon watch list, and everything, it's like all overseas stuff. Like it's literally all overseas. Like every film and like TV show and stuff like that on Netflix, they're all overseas. Especially like Netflix, there's been so much. Like I think my Netflix watch list is so overwhelmed with like South Korean drama. Like honestly, I've been going on a South Korean binge lately, and I think that was one of my inspirations for the dash tune that I'm writing now. Um, because of the fact like it's like so, like it's I don't know what it is like. Watching these South Korean dramas, it's so entertaining. Like they're so entertaining and they're so over the top. And it's like, yeah, we got over the top drama here in America, but it's like I don't know, there's something about South Korean actors and stuff like that. Like the way they just do it, it's like hyper, like they just give it their all. Like when they say do it or do it, it's like they really give that like energy, like they're giving it their all. Like this is like life or death. And it's like it shows so much in their artistic style and stuff like that. And it's also funny. It's like I feel like in America, like because there's so much fear going on with like cancel culture and the Me Too movement and being, diverse and being politically correct and being, you know, sensitive to like topics and certain things. I feel like people kind of lost the whole purpose of sometimes you want to create something just for fun. It doesn't have to be deep. It doesn't have to be meaningful. Sometimes it's just for fun. Sometimes you just want people to laugh. Sometimes you want to laugh at inappropriate jokes for 2 seconds, you know? Um, and I feel like it's sting. Like, I think people are afraid of truly expressing themselves. And I feel like art is truly a form of artistic expression. Yes, there's going to be assholes. Yes, there's going to be people that are going to weaponize art for their political agenda, for their narcissistic, egotistical, natures, for their propagandas and stuff like that, obviously. That's just a given throughout history. Throughout history, evil people has used art to fuel their hatred, and that's never going to go away. But you shouldn't be afraid to just be yourself. You shouldn't be afraid to like push the envelope and talk about provocative natures and sensitive natures. Like, I remember back in school, like during my heyday in school, my teachers, especially one of my English teachers back in high school, probably my ninth grade English teacher. I think his name was Mr. Sell. I forgot. I think that was his name. I forgot his name, but I think it was Mr. Sell. He was a great guy. He was a skinny guy with glasses, ponytail, but like he would not be afraid to tell us to like, express yourselves. Like, don't be afraid of what other people are going to think about your work, because there's always going to be somebody that is going to disapprove of it or sees it as trash or like the devil's work or whatever. Like, there's always going to be some people that's not going to like it, and that's just life. But if you let those people like stop you from expressing yourselves and like living your dream, it's like you're not living. Like, you're not really living. You honestly aren't living at all. You're just existing. And it's a sad way to live. It's not the right way to live. You shouldn't be afraid of expressing yourselves. You shouldn't be afraid, as long as it's not like illegal or like hurting somebody, and it's just an expression, like your form of expression, your form of an opinion that isn't like explicitly evil, like saying the Holocaust never existed and stuff like that, or praise Hitler or stuff like that. I can't believe Jason Lee Scott did that. Like, I can't believe, like, seriously, like, oh my god, the actor that played Jason in Power Rangers, like in the original series, like, he had a clothing line where he would put quotes from like famous people, and like there was several quotes from Adolf Hitler. Like, really? Like, Adolf Hitler, like, did you not know what this guy like did? Like, that's one of the few forms of expression that I would specifically say no. Like, this should not, like, somebody should have told him, like, dude, like, no, nothing of Adolf Hitler. I am sorry, nothing of Adolf Hitler. This dude should not be praised in any way, shape, or form. Like, this guy should be a warning symbol to anybody attempting what he did again. Be like, no, just don't, just stop right there. Get psychiatric help, get some kind of help, because no, like, what this man did was beyond horrible. Like, it's beyond like human comprehension what this man tried to achieve in the history books. And that's another thing. It's like, growing up, like, I remember reading like To Kill a Mockingbird and The Great Gatsby and Edgar Allan Poe, and reading so many of these books that now schools are like banning them because they're like too provocative or too extreme or too explicit or not suitable for children. It's like, what? Like, these are history. These are things we should be learning in school. Like, it's a reason why I feel like this generation of kids is so messed up, because in school, they're so afraid. Like, everything is like, oh my God, we got to protect our children, like, from these naughty images and these naughty words. And it's like, really? Like, like, really? Like, you are setting up these kids for failure by not teaching them real history, by not showing them real history. Like, look, like, these are real human beings. Like, not reading the Anne Frank diary because it was like too explicit. I think I read that in like a Florida school and stuff like that. It's just like, you're setting up these kids for failures by not teaching them history. And if you don't teach history, history is doomed to repeat it. I mean, history is doomed to repeat itself anyway, because of the fact there's just people that just want history to repeat itself because they want war, they want, all of these nasty, evil things in life because they want to profit off of it for financial gains and to fuel their own, their own self-financial worth and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, but it's like, like To Kill a Mockingbird, like, why? Like, why not teach students that? Why not let kids read that? Like, it's such an awesome book and it has such an awesome message. Like, why? Like, why? Because you're afraid? You're afraid about the political correctness and stuff like that. Like, this is so like this is why people need to not be afraid to express themselves. When I look at like the Puerto Rican Day Parade, the Dominican Day Parade and stuff like that, and seeing for that one day Hispanics, being proud and celebrating their heritage and culture and not afraid to express themselves. When I look at the actually Pride Parade and seeing these people for one day, at least one day, they are not afraid to be themselves. They're not afraid to express themselves. Like, this should be every day. Like, this should be every day. People should not have to be afraid of expressing themselves in their art, whatever art form it is. Like, it's just crazy, honestly. It really is. It is crazy that people like are so obsessed with political correctness and diversity. And don't get me wrong, those are very important things, because growing up, there's like so many racist things towards Hispanic, and there still is. You look at especially the Republican parties videos, all they talk about is violent Hispanic gangs, murdering and killing a college woman, and all these things, and like violence at the border, and calling them savages and stuff like that. Like, it's just crazy. Like, it really is. It really hurts. It honestly really does. Because it's like they're weaponizing Hispanics. You know what? Let's see. I want to go underneath the bridge because I would like to see underneath the bridge. Ah, crazy, crazy, crazy. I accidentally stopped the recording. But yeah, let's stepped on dirt. It's great. Like walking this trail after like a big rainstorm, it's like hazardous because it's so muddy in certain parts, especially the parts that don't get a lot of like sunlight. So yeah. So yeah, what was I talking about? What was I rambling about? I swear to God, sometimes I just ramble. Ugh. But yeah, I forgot my train of thought now. Oh well, who cares? That's the whole point of rambling. You just ramble. You ramble to save your life. Like if there was a competition for like rambling because you were going to die in 30 minutes and you just need to ramble to save your life, I would be the king of that because I just ramble like crazy. I'll just keep on talking on and on and on about nonsense. And I'll just keep on talking because I'll forget what I talk about. And see what I mean about rambling? But yeah, let's go underneath this bridge. I think I filmed here once before. So here we are underneath this overpass bridge. I think we did film a scene here before. It was a short film that I was a part of called Unexpected, which I believe it's on YouTube. The first part, the second part I was not a part of, but the first part I was. And oh my God, that was so fun. But yeah, honestly, it wasn't as dark as I thought it was, honestly, because I kept on going the overpass way, which is crossing the street, which is what I normally do while I do these walking and vloggings. But yeah, um, but yeah, like ambulance time. Whew. Yeah, so yeah, so the comic book artist I met at Fan Expo, so I finally emailed her. I finally found her website, which is ironically in the back of her comic, so I didn't have to go far. But yeah, I sent her a memo. I sent her a message, pretty much saying like, "Hey, we met at Fan Expo. I loved your comic. We talked about, by my writing, and of course, your comic. Awesome comic, by the way. Such a great comic. It was a great read, honestly. I want to actually talk to her about like what inspired this because it was crazy. Like it was like Twilight Zone mixed with like supernatural and stuff like that. So it was really cool. It was really interesting. It was a fantastic read. Obviously the cover art and stuff like that. So hopefully I could, get her opinion, on my writing and my writing style and like would this would this be enough to like make it to like I guess the upper tier level of being a writer, just like pushing my writing to the next level and stuff like that. So it would be great to hear her feedback on it. And like, this is one of the things I feel like a lot of aspiring filmmakers like forget. It's like when you're grinding, when you're struggling, when you're hustling to get to that point, like I notice so many people, they like become bitter because they feel like everything is an attack on them and everything is an attack on like preventing them from achieving their goals. And I feel like, no, like not everything is an attack. Like you have to take in criticism. You have to take in feedback. You have to be a sponge and absorb as much knowledge as you can from experienced people that have been doing this for years ahead of you because they already been there. They already did the grinding, the hustling that you're doing right now. And some of them are still doing it. Some of them don't stop. They don't stop and they continue to do it. So it's like, why not learn from them? If they give you a critique and they say the sound is not good, improve the sound quality. Instead of taking that as an attack, ask them, like, hey, what is it about the sound that's, bad, you know, and give them like a brief description of your setup. How were the microphones placed? How were You know, like, how was the microphone placed? Where was the sound guy? How was it encoded? What encoding format did you use? Stuff like that, and see what it is. I just don't understand. Like, some people could, like, how could you have an ego, like, so early in your career? Like, I just don't get that, honestly. It's like me, I try to be a sponge and absorb everything. Like, I try to absorb everything. Well, I think this is where I'm going to end it because I'm about almost done with the trail. But yeah, so this is the part of the ending of the video where I say, you know what to do. Do all the YouTube algorithm stuff. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Do all of that. That will greatly support me, and I'll be greatly thankful. Yeah, and look out for some of my other videos, as well as my God of War texture package video, showcasing a HD texture package God of War. So yeah, have a great Monday, guys. Happy Mother's Day. Happy late Mother's Day to all the mothers. Be kind to yourselves. Be good to yourselves. Enjoy your life. And as always, have an awesome day.